All right. Hi, you guys. Um, I'm sorry. I'm just came from work. I wore some really tight jeans. And they make my legs itch. But my name is Cam. This will be the first video on my YouTube channel, and it's gonna focus a lot on my hair. But I don't think I want like a natural hair YouTube. But the reason I'm doing this video is because I've always wanted to do a YouTube because I don't see a lot of like black boys with. I mean, of course, they've come into the light recently. A lot of black boys with their natural hair and all these hair tutorials and things. But back when I started, which was, it'll be about 3 years since I started growing my hair out, I didn't see a lot of black dudes. And then I didn't see a lot of people with my kind of hair, which is like a really weird, like, mix of stuff. It doesn't really make any sense to me, at least. I still don't really know what it likes after almost 3 years of growing it out. So I started locking, and I've been looking up a lot of locking videos, of course, as everyone does on YouTube. And I haven't really been able to find anybody with my kind of hair type, with like the weird way that my pattern goes and everything. And it's been even harder to find like black men with my kind of hair locking and talking about it and like giving advice and stuff. And so I just wanted to do this video as an introduction to my channel, which who knows what it'll be. I never have a plan really. Um, but I will be talking about my hair, so this will be about my hair. Just to like give like to just set not set an example, but like be an example for people who or mainly black men because a lot of what the fuck? See, this is why I shouldn't have nails. I scratched myself. Um, this is mainly going to be for black men who are like on the verge of wanting to lock or who are on the verge of wanting to grow their hair out. Because for me, it took a very, very, very long time for me to decide to grow my hair out. Because whenever I would do it, I didn't really have any, nobody in my family really had natural hair other than my aunt. And then she was in DC and I'm in North Carolina. And so, and then we weren't really all that. I mean, we were cordial, but whatever. And so I didn't really have anybody to help tell me about my hair. My mom was relaxed since she was young. My little sister was natural, but she has a different hair type than me. So what she did was very little, and her hair always looked how it looked. It was really curly, really flossy. But mine was always very coarse and extremely dry, and I always loved it, regardless of those things. But I would be very like this was in high school, so I'm a senior in college now. This was a good almost 5, 6 years ago. I would get really self conscious and not know really what to do with my hair, and I didn't want to cut it, but I didn't know how to take care of it, and it was really dry and all that sort of stuff. And so I would grow it out during the summer. I would spend 3 months with it during the summer, and then when school would come back around, I would get it cut just because I didn't want to deal with what people would have to say, and I ended up dealing with it anyway because during the summer I would see family. They'd be like, "You used to be such a cute boy." Like, not, I mean, that's pretty much what they would say. Like, I miss your hair back X, Y, and Z. And so I just didn't want to keep it because I didn't feel like hearing people's mouths, honestly. And it was just really, really dry and really hard to manage. But I always knew that I wanted to grow my hair out. And so when I got to college, I grew my hair out starting my, like the end of my sophomore year. And I had met plenty of natural hair girls and like even some men who were growing their hair out. And so I grew my hair out, learned how to take care of it a little bit, I guess, because I still don't know exactly what my hair needs. But I learned how to take care of it, like at least to have it be manageable. And so I grew it out. And after uh, what people call the ugly phase, like I really started embracing how it looked, and I loved how I felt with my hair, and I loved how it would come out. You know, two strand twisting and uh, braiding and all that stuff. It was dope. It was really fun. It was really I enjoyed it. I enjoyed how I looked. Um, and then a few months ago, almost five now, actually, I had started a lock journey before then, and that lasted a good like 2 or 3 months, and then I missed my afro, and like the I was still very I was about a year or two younger, and so I wasn't really mature enough to handle the ugly stages of locking your hair. So I combed them out. And then I fell in love with my afro again, and then so I rocked that for another year or so. And so it's now like 5 months ago when I decided to lock them again, because managing loose natural hair, especially if it's really really coarse and requires a lot of attention, like mine, which is 4C, but it's weird. It's really weird. And I'll probably try and get some videos up to kind of show what it looked like before I locked it or got it like installed my locks or when I used to have it out. Um, but it took a lot of maintenance. And then I like started a new job, and I used to like wear my hair in what are these things? In flat twists. Yes, I used to wear my hair in flat twists all the time, which was very very manageable, very easy to do. All I had to watch was my edges, of course, because I would start right here, and I have like really weak edges right here. And I would just wear that all the time. And I went to interview, and an old acquaintance of mine got me the interview. He had worked there. He was a manager at the place, and I still work there now. But he was a manager at the place, and I went to the interview with my flat twist in, and he like talked to me just like, so what are you gonna do with your hair? And I was like, what do you mean? Like to me, my flat twists were really, really. To me, I loved them. Like I thought they were beautiful. I thought they were presentable. Like grease them edges back, flat twisted. But he like asked me like, so how about you try and do a twist out for the second interview? And anyone who knows me knows that it's. I will say fuck it in a second. Like I was like as he was talking to me, I was just like, since you have other candidates, you should just go ahead and get them because I am not like you got me fucked up. Y'all got me fucked up. Like saying that my flat twists weren't like professional enough or whatever, and like that really had me messed up for a little while. And it's not the reason that I did my locks, but it was just it kind of like pushed it along a little bit. Because I would have to, I like for the job, I would have to twist my hair like every single night, just have a twist out ready for the next day. They didn't want my flat twists. I ain't feel like paying nobody to do no braids in my hair. I ain't feel like paying nobody to do no twist in my hair. Um, and I can't really, I can't braid. Sad excuse for a natural boy, but I can't braid. I can't braid my own hair. I can twist my own hair, but it's not there. I can't twist them to the point that I feel comfortable wearing them out. So I just twist them to have a twist out that I have to take out before I leave the house. And so, yeah, I was just really getting tired of having to do that every day. And I had always wanted to lock eventually, just because I think locking is a beautiful process and I think locks are beautiful. And so I said, well, why not do it now? Like I had grown a little bit, I had gotten a little bit more mature. Um, and so I was just like, okay, let's do it. And so I called a friend up who had locks. She twisted my hair. Um, and I began, and that was 5 months ago, which really isn't a long time. I feel like I've grown so much since then. Um, but yeah, so now here I am. And I mean, I'll just give a little show of what my hair is and what it's doing. Um, and I really have terrible lighting in my house or in my bedroom, in my house in general, but in my bedroom for sure. So I hope you guys can see it. But basically, I don't. I'm pretty sure some of it is budding and locking. As you can't really see it. Like as you can see here, like this is together. This is locked for the most part. Like the most that is loose are usually my ends, and that's because my hair is really funky. Like you'll see this everywhere, and I probably need to get my ends clipped. A friend of mine told me who does my hair now. She told me that I probably need to get my ends clipped, but I don't really know about any of that, and I'm really just like to kind of just let stuff be until I'm certain that something needs to be done. And I'm not certain that anything needs to be done to it now. But some of it is locking, and I don't really check my hair regularly because I only touch it to like swoop it back, but I don't really like check it regularly, and it's locked more than I thought it was going to be, or that I thought it was before I started this video. Um, but yeah, my hair is really, really frizzy, and I don't really know how to control that. And people say it's going to happen or whatever, but mine is extremely frizzy, and it has been for like the entire almost 5 months. It'll be 5 months on the 30th. Today is the 22nd, so it'll be 5 months and 8 days. Um, but yeah, I don't really know how many I have in here either, but I mean it's a good amount. I was looking at a bunch of videos today about like your part to lock ratio because I want my hair to be really really full. But people were telling me like if you do like too big of parts, like sometimes those parts can thin out, and I'm like I'm tripping, like I'm shook because if my hair thins out and isn't as full as I hope it to be, even though it looks like it's gonna be full as shit, like when I look in the mirror, it looks like it looks like it's gonna be really full. But if my hair thins out, I'm probably gonna cut my locks because I don't want I don't want thin locks. Like I don't. So we'll see. I really don't, and I'm really terrified about it now because I've done a little bit more research. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, so this will be just a video introducing myself as a YouTuber, I suppose, and just giving a couple tips on how I'm managing whatever this is. No, I love my hair. How I'm managing my hair, and how I'm managing like dealing with society outside of my home and outside of my friends and outside of my loved ones, uh, and like people like asking questions and looking and stuff. So here goes. The first thing that I think is important for anyone who's about to like start a lock journey is like some people call it tough skin, but I just call it maturity because people are going to talk about you. And depending on where you are, wherever you live, like it might be in your face or it might be behind your back. And both of them are terrible. They're both really bad. I remember when I had my natural hair, well, then my hair is still natural. When I had my loose hair, and I was one of the first boys on my campus to like do natural boy afro puffs. And so, and this was months, maybe a year ago. And so now everybody got puffs and shit. And so a friend of mine told me that a friend of hers snapped a picture of my hair with like the caption like, "What the fuck are these?" Meh. And I gagged. Because people are really, really concerned with what you're doing, and they will pick at every little thing that they can just because they have probably low self esteem for them of their own. And so I knew that once I started my journey, that people were going to talk about it, and they have. And it's discouraging because I loved my loose hair. Like I knew Like, it was really, really beautiful to me, and I could pop a twist out or pop a flat twist, and it would be, it would fit my aesthetic and like compliments left and right and all this other stuff. And so I was just really terrified about, not really terrified, but you just got to be prepared to have people talk about you and what you're doing and your choices and how it looks fuzzy and what are those and what is that and all sort of stuff. I mean, ultimately, it doesn't matter because, I mean, they're not paying your bills, hopefully. Yeah, hopefully. And hopefully, people who are paying your bills care enough about you to not care. But yeah, you gotta have some tough skin. Because I know plenty of people who have wanted to lock or who have just wanted to grow, like men who have wanted to grow their hair out in general and just can do it for a little while, but after a little while, because they understand that people are judging them, cut it off or comb their locks out or um, sometimes get an edge up because they want to grow their hairline out but can't because they think it looks unneat or dirty or whatever. And so I just know a lot for men specifically, like growing your hair out can be a real challenge, and you just need to have tough skin and you need to get through it because growing your hair out for me has been one of the greatest things that I've ever done. Like my hair is a part of who I am. It's a part of my aesthetic. It's a part of my spirit, and I love it. And I think if you've never had a chance to experience yourself or to really grow and mature with your hair, I think you're missing out on something really beautiful. So what's something else? When I first locked, I thought that it would be really quick because my hair, when it's dry, because I remember somebody did my hair one day, like they two strand twisted my hair one day, and it was like they didn't put any product on it for whatever reason, because I told them to, and they just did like a few in the back of my hair, just helping me get ready to like go to bed. And the next morning, my hair was like it felt like it was locked because it was so dry and it was twisted. Like it felt like a lock in the back of my head, like locks in the back of my head. Because and trying to get them loose was difficult because it was so dry and my hair is really coarse. Um, so I thought that my hair was going to lock like that. Like I thought my hair was going to be ready to go, like maybe a month, maybe two. It's been 5, and my hair is still coming along. It is still locking. Like some of them haven't even really budded yet, and these on the sides, like my hair is really really fine on my sides too. So this one will come out in a second. It will come out in a second. And that's why I try to keep it like tucked behind my ear. Cause that thing, I'm telling you, it'll come out in a second. And this one over here too is one like they're so look at it. It looks like loose hair. Like it's so yeah. So um don't expect your hair to lock quick. Because that's what fucked me up. I was expecting it to lock in a couple months. It's been almost half a year and still not locked. But I mean, people told me that. I didn't believe them because I thought my hair was gonna, like, I thought my hair was just gonna snap together, and it doesn't do that. So I mean, it's definitely a lesson in patience. You got to be patient. You got to wait on it. And depending on your hair type, it might take a year. It might take 2 years. I heard of people who weren't fully locked until 2 years, and I was like, God damn. Ah, God damn. But I mean, it's worth it. It's worth it. I think it's worth it. I think it'll be worth it once my hair is fully locked. Um, so yeah, don't expect your hair to lock so quickly. Another tip is it's going to be frizzy. Like it's inevitable. regardless of whatever kind of hair type you got. I done seen 3A girls with frizzy hair, like all types of hair types with frizzy hair. Like it's just gonna be frizzy because it's matting. So strands are coming together, strands are zigzagging together, like crossing, crisscrossing, crocheting. Like it's gonna be frizzy, and you just got to get used to it, really. And I mean, this is a good time to think about your concepts of beauty, not to bring like all this stuff into the mix, but it's a good time to think about it. If you think you're beautiful, then it doesn't really matter if your hair is frizzy or whatever. And yeah, so it's gonna be frizzy. It's been like, look at this. Look at the amount of frizz. Like you can see it. Look at the amount of frizz that my hair has. Like it looks odd. Like I don't even know if my like I don't. It's a lot of frizz for me. But it is what it is, and I'm just let it do what it do. So those are my three tips. I didn't think it was gonna be three, but I guess it's three. And yeah, just if you're trying to lock, I say do it. Do it now. No time like the present, as they say. And keep up with my channel. This is 5 months, but in another 7 months, I would have been a year locked. And I think it's important for people to see how other people lock their hair and shit. And I do a bunch of other stuff. I actually don't know what my channel is going to be about, but if you fuck with me, then fuck with me, all right? All right, then. Peace.